guys, welcome back. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Lego Aquaman Black Manta Strike set from the Aquaman movie. Um, I went to a toy store near where I live. My mom and I were going there to get some other stuff, but they didn't have the other stuff. But I was gonna get a Lego set. I wanted to get the Captain Marvel Skrull Attack. I had a gift card for that toy store we went to, and wanted to get the Captain Marvel Skrull Attack. They didn't have it, but they did have some of the other new sets, like the Star Wars sets and the Lego Movie 2 sets. But I decided to get the Black Manta Strike set, and it came out last August, and I just didn't know what to think of it because I hadn't seen the movie yet. But now I've seen the movie, I have been growing to like this set more. So we're gonna get into the set with the minifigures, and starting off, we have Mera. Mera's a pretty good figure. I actually think she is pretty well portrayed here. She has this kind of turquoise, or I believe the Lego term for that color is aqua. Aquaman. She has these blue power blasts, which are, of course, her water powers. She actually has telekinetic water powers in the film. But, very great printing on her. Love the color. Don't have a lot of pieces in that color. She reuses the Black Widow face from Infinity War, which is actually Jyn Erso's face. But, it doesn't look too bad for Amber Heard. Not the best face, but, like, I don't really know what other face they could have used without, like, making a new face, but for Lego being lazy and not making a new face, it's not the worst resemblance. You got some nice shiny scale details on there. So yeah, Mera's a pretty cool looking figure, and she has this orange hairpiece, which in terms of the actual piece, it's not accurate, then the color isn't accurate. But if we grab Ariel's hairpiece from The Little Mermaid, that's actually more accurate. Maybe not the little curl there, but this actually looks better for Mera in the film, and people have been saying how her character is basically a play off of Ariel from The Little Mermaid. But yeah, I think Ariel's hairpiece actually works better. But anyway, next up, moving on with the figures, we have Aquaman. This is the Atlantean King Atlan's armor that he finally gets at the end. He has, once again, another Power Blast piece. He has the gunmetal trident, which isn't accurate. It wasn't accurate in the first place because his trident in Justice League, which I believe is what they're trying to portray here, which is actually his mother's trident, had like 5 points or like 6 points, not only 3. But it's nice to get in the gunmetal color, and you get a spare in the set. Same face and hair from Justice League, but it has a great resemblance to Jason Momoa. There's the alternate face. So it's a great hairpiece. They used it on Lobo last year as well. So yeah, just very good face and hair. Didn't need to change it. And this is much more based off the comic book version. In some shots in the film, his armor actually looks orange like the comic book version, as you can see. But as you can see, the rest of him is different from Justice League, because in Justice League he had a much more dark green color. And it's a different shade of gold. It's a slightly different shade of gold. Something else I love about this figure is, like, it has this really great, like, kind of amphibious, almost, like, crocodile scales, or, like, fish scales, obviously, but, like, very reptilian or, like, amphibious-looking scale detail when you shine it in certain lights. Like, it looks really cool. So, yeah, this Aquaman figure is really cool with some really awesome printing. And then last up we have Black Manta. Black Manta. He has this sword, and I think he has a sword in the comic books, but in the film he has a much shorter sword, so I think like a short sword like Sting or something from The Hobbit would be better for him than the long sword, which I believe he has in the comics. Very accurate torso print, just plain black legs, which I think they could have given him printing. But for his, headpiece, it's from the comic books, it's the same from the Lego comic book version. The version in Lego that was based off the comic books, that is. But it's a really interesting piece. It's got this, and then these like tubes, but you have to put on this part here, and then you can snap on the top part. So it's a very cool piece. Not entirely accurate to the film, but in the film it is very clearly designed off of the comic book, so never had the comic book version. So pretty cool figure with Black Manta. So let's get into the set. So you have this side build, which is utterly pointless and kind of crappy. Like, I like well-built side builds, but this one's just a blue plate with a little bit of sand there, I guess, with a piece of seaweed and some gold crystals. And then I have the really old shark piece from like the early 2000s and then like the late 90s. But this is the new shark piece, which isn't that new, but I never got it. So the mouth clicks a lot more, like it kind of snaps when it closes, because the teeth actually like fit in there. And there's actually a hole that you can fit it onto, which the old mold didn't do. So it's nice for me to get the new shark mold, but other than that, this side build is poorly built and just kind of unnecessary and probably bumps up the price a little bit. But then getting down into the build, we have the Black Manta sub. And first set, the only set that they based off the film, it's a weird choice because it's not like a very major part of the film, but it's well built. I don't know how accurate it is to the film, but it's well built and I like the design. Um, so you have like these fins, obviously, on the top, but then you have these like fins over here that are underneath the larger ones on the that only go out to a certain extent there. So that's pretty cool. And then they have these little flag pieces at the end, which is supposed to be like the tip of the film fins, which make the fins look a little stubby, to be honest, and I don't really love that look. You have some details such as that sticker there, and that is a sticker, which is quite disappointing because those stickers are really annoying to put on. But it's got a lot of firepower. You have these old engine prints, not that old, but like these common engine prints, I believe, but they're not, or like turbine prints, which are nice to get. But it's got a lot of firepower, as you can see. It's got a Gatling stud shooter, Gatling guns stud shooter, which is what I like to call those. And it has some red flick fire missiles, or no, sorry, the what are they called? Spring-loaded shooters. And then you can open up this hatch, and right here you have this old, I don't know how many sets it's been used in, but I thought it was retired. They used to use it for Luke's land speeder, and I was saying recently that I thought it was retired, but here it is, made for this set in red. So you have more kind of panels down in there, and a steering wheel, which is kind of funny. It's like Black Manta drives around with the steering wheel. But, my mom made a joke where she said that Black Manta's head looked like a steering wheel. My mom doesn't even think he looks like a manta. She just thinks he looks like a bug. Like a weird bug. To be honest, yeah, he doesn't entirely look like a manta, but the suit in the film is very much like as close to the comic books as they really could portray it. But as you can see, you can kind of see him down in there. He wants to focus. You can't really, but you can see him through there, kind of. And so, yeah, you have stud shooters. So let's see, or flick fire, or no, the spring-loaded shooters. So you can fire those off, and you can fire off the stud shooter, but that will make a mess of my desk here, and I don't want to do that. So anyway, moving on to the ratings for this set. This isn't the best deal. Like, it has some good pieces. The minifigures are really well done. I would have changed Mara's hair color to red and make it a different hairpiece, because that hairpiece really isn't accurate. Maybe like Wonder Woman's hairpiece. The side build is crappy, and I definitely think the Aquaman set from Justice League is better. But overall, the it's a weird set. Like, I understand when I understand when this set was released, there was only one trailer, and they probably based a lot of it off concept art. So, I understand that they didn't really have a lot to go off of when they designed the set, but it's a weird set to make for, like, the only set they made for the film. But I do like the design of the sub, even if it's not accurate to the film, and the minifigures are nice, new variants, and Mary's a great figure, so I'm gonna give this set an A-. The side build is kind of crappy, and just kind of bumps up the price a little bit, I think. It would have been nice if they just included the shark, and then you could kind of imply, like, you know, Aquaman is gonna, like, control the sharks with his telekinetic mind powers. And then also, it's just a weird set to make as the only set you're making for the film. It's a weird choice. So those are my only problems with it. Other than that, it's got good value, got some good pieces, great minifigures, and yeah, I definitely recommend the Aquaman Black Manta Strike set. So you guys let me know what you think of the Black Manta's Lego Aquaman Black Manta Strike set, and what you thought of my review in the comments as well. And I hope you guys have a great day. Take care,